Imagine being kicked out of your own hero party, right before the final battle against the demon lord. You trained your whole life, fought beside them, protected them, and just when victory is in sight, they say you're not needed anymore. But what if the truth behind that betrayal hides something way deeper than you ever imagined? This isn't just about revenge or regret. This is about love, loyalty, and a twist that flips everything upside down. The story begins in front of the demon lord's castle. Our main character, Jean, is talking to his female friends. What's wrong, everyone? If this is about the strategy for fighting the demon lord. Hearing this, all the girls suddenly go silent. In the name of hero Reki, I hereby kick you out of the party. We see the expression on Jin's face. This is Jean Geist. I left a small village with my childhood friend Reki, who received the hero blessing from the goddess, to defeat the demon lord. Along the way they added Saint Yuri and Ryashika Sage to the team. Together they fought the demon lord's army across many lands. And now, they've reached the day of the decisive battle at the demon lord's castle. One of his teammates asks, Jean, do you remember our promise? He nods, yes, of course I remember. When we set out on our journey, we made a pact with a priest. If I become a hindrance, I'll leave the party. Is that the promise you're talking about? The girl responds, that's good then. We now understand, Jin's early bloomer blessing allowed him to grow fast, but with limited potential. His contributions were vital in the beginning. But the one who embodies the goddess and grants holy blessings, the saint. The one with overwhelming physical strength who purifies demons, the hero. And the one who holds ancient wisdom, the sage. No matter how hard Jean trained, the gap between them only widened. In the more intense battles, he only became more of a burden. Yuri says, Jean-san, we will carry on your feelings. Ryashika adds, you're the best companion. That will never change. Jean thanks both of them. As Reki, the hero, approaches, she places a hand on Jin's head. Don't worry. I'm sure you can beat the demon lord. He says, I'm not worried about that. Jean adds, once we defeat the demon lord, I'll come and get you right away. With that, Jean leaves the room. I should head back to my room. I need to pack my things. As he walks away, both the sage and the saint silently watch, their hearts heavy. Jean reflects. What Reki said probably won't come true. After defeating the demon lord, they'll become heroes. It'll be hard just to talk to them. I was happy traveling with everyone, but honestly this might be my last smile. I wanted to fight alongside them until the very end. Seeing him like this, all three are speechless for a moment. They gently suggest he should rest and get some fresh air. Meanwhile, we see Reki holding a pillow. I have to defeat the demon lord as quickly as possible, so I can buy a wedding dress. She's planning something quietly but seriously. Before all that, I want to go out in town with Jean. It's been so long. It's not that I dislike Yuri or Ryashika. But ever since our journey began, my time alone with Jean has disappeared. Jean has always been my hero. Even when I couldn't control the power of the blessing, he stayed by my side. He was kind to a misfit like me. No matter what others said, I'll always be on Reki's side. Reki is precious family to me. Then she asks softly, so then, if I defeat the demon lord, will you marry me? Jean responds with a laugh. If Reki still likes me by then, I'll definitely do that. It's a promise. Reki smiles, her heart full of memories. My precious memories from age 5. This is why I've been fighting all this time. Jean said he remembers our promise too. With our current strength, we could defeat the demon lord in just one day. But if something happened to Jean, that would be troublesome. So I'll have him leave the party temporarily. Thinking about their past, Reki cuddles the pillow close and says, I love you, Jean. The scene shifts. In the bathroom we hear another voice. Why are you being so cute? I bet you're thinking about it, huh? I feel bad for Jean-san. But even without him, our fighting power won't change much. In fact, he could become our weakness. It's none other than Prestus, the Saint Yuri. She thinks to herself. I can see right through what our childish hero is thinking. Reki-chan plans to defeat the demon lord tomorrow and confess to Jean-san. But I'm sorry, Reki-chan. I cannot give up on this. No one ever understood the suffering of someone who has prayed as a saint since childhood. It was the first time someone came and asked. Whether it's something fun or painful, anything is fine. Would you tell me a story about yourself, Yuri? Why would you go so far, for me? Jean had replied, because we're all saved by your prayers. But you have no one to turn to. She asked, is such a thing even permitted? He replied, it doesn't matter whether someone permits it or not. If anyone says they won't, I'll punch them. I don't want to help the saint. I want to help Yuri. Hearing this, she started to cry. In the bath, she thinks to herself, Jin-san is such a kind person. Even my frozen heart melts when met with those passionate eyes. I cried back then and couldn't respond. But now, the perfect timing has come. That lonely look when he left the room? Did he think he was rejected? Don't worry, Jin-san. I'll use everything of the saint to heal you. Virginity? What's that? I'll just quit being a saint. Besides, there's another reason. After defeating the demon lord, the party will disband. It'll become difficult for Jin-san to meet us due to our positions. However, if he has the position of the saint's husband, the country and the people cannot treat him poorly. It will also become easier for Reki-chan and the others to meet him. Reki-chan should be sleeping by now. Serious Ryushika-san is probably preparing for tomorrow? The perfect plan for me to cross the line during this time. As she arrived, opened the door of our main character room saying Jin I am coming in. What she found was not what she thought. There's no one in the room. She was a bit surprised as well as confused, but she saw a letter on desk. Jin-san, where are you? As she read the letter, she grew angry and angrier. That's old elf. As we see the next scene, our main character with Ryashia saying thank you for coming all way to the village. Ryashika. What? Teleporta. Bowen magic. Is child's play so simple? The main character says you said before that it's a secret art. Only sages can use. She said it's for a friend. I don't mind. Besides, I was actually interested in Jin's hometown. You'll show me around, won't you? He said, of course. Thinking honestly, I was grateful that Ryashika brought me. I didn't know what face to show everyone. He says, I'm always indebted to Ryashika. Are you still saying that? Until then, wanting to deepen bonds with companions isn't a bad thing, right? He says, that's true. I'm really happy. Further, he says, honestly was a bit down. I can't offer much hospitality, but please come with me. With a smile, she says, it's almost time. But she looks quite nervous. Ryashika Eldia, born as an elf, is now 2,800 years old. In human terms, I'm at an age where my peers have already started families. But I was so absorbed in research that I had no time to think about marriage. Before I knew it, I had both feet firmly planted in spinsterhood. As she was home, she was heartbroken and sad because no man wanted a woman like her. I cried to my parents, but it was already too late. Even though I have the sage's blessing, no, perhaps because I'm a sage, I was avoided. In the end, I couldn't even get marriage. Even that was happening, she took this as an opportunity and chose to accompany the hero in her journey. Jean, whom I met there, was different from other men. When I tried to make my spinsterhood into a joke. While drinking the water, he says, is that so? He says, I think Ryashika is considerate and wonderful. I'm sure you'll make a great wife. She says, well then. If I'm completely hopeless by then, I'll just make Jean take me. He says, if someone like me is okay, I'd be happy to, of course. With his attitude and those words, she completely fell in love. He also says, Ryashika is really reliable. Thank you for always helping. He, like meter, went on another heart. Hearing this, she asked, what type of woman do you actually prefer? He says, my type of woman would be, I might prefer older blonde women. With this, the like meter bumped up even more than usual. She thinks, it's almost time. Soon, this strong yet gentle boy will be mine. While they arrived at the main character's house. While entering his house, he was quite nervous and sweating. But Ryashika puts hands on his shoulder. She says, Jean has certainly saved people. You can walk through that door with pride. He thanks her. Then we see the knocks on the door. We see the old man saying, who is this? As he saw Jin's face, our main character says, I'm home, Dad. Hearing this, his dad says, Mom, it's Jean. He has come home. His mom was quite surprised, saying, welcome home. And who is this lady? Our main character says, let me introduce her. This person is. But she interrupts, saying, nice to meet you, father-in-law, mother-in-law. I'm Ryashika, Jin's fiancé. Hearing this, everyone in the family was quite surprised, blushing or destroyed. The main character thinks, am I really dreaming? Jin's mother asked, Ryashika-san really does love Jean, doesn't she? Jean is so lucky to catch such a beauty. She says, today we also wanted to greet you both. Our main character, still in shock, said, wait, Ryashika. We need to talk about our future. His parents were surprised, saying, "Our future?" "Listen without being surprised, Jean." As someone patted him, this was none other than Ryashika, saying, "Jean, I love you." She is totally in love with our main character. Hearing this, our main character, still in shock, says, "Wait, wait, wait. You never showed such signs even once." But she holds his hand, saying, "Jean, before, when I asked if you'd take me if I couldn't get married, you said you'd be happy too." The main character remembers the conversation, thought, "I did say that. What about the demon lord? Without the sage those two can't. I'll head there right away after spending one night with Jean." He said, "What? One night together with Jean?" Ryashika says, "I'm serious. I seriously like Jean. I think you're the only one for me." He thinks to himself, Ryashika is certainly a wonderful woman. But suddenly becoming husband and wife, maybe it's not such a bad idea, for himself as well. She takes his name kindly, saying, "Think carefully, Jean. Will there be any woman who will marry you in the future? With good style and equipment and a calm atmosphere. Ryashika is wonderful. I respect her as a person too." He said to his parents, "Please give me a little space," and says, "Ryashika, let's go outside for a bit." As both of them go outside, he sees him and her in front of a wall. As the main character says her name, she is totally embarrassed. Jean said, "You're really serious about this, aren't you?" She replied, "Of course I am." He then replied, "Ryashika, you're a precious companion to me. Right now, I can't confidently say I love you. But from now on, I want to see you as a woman. Is someone like me okay?" She wiped her tears and says, "What are you saying? Jean is who I want to be with." As they were getting closer and closer and were about to kiss, just then someone hit them from behind. This was none other than Ricky and Prestus. The Prestus is crying, saying, "Jean, are you okay? Don't die just now." He says, "Who on earth did this? You all did this," he thought to himself. We see Ryashika is angry, says, "You're in the way, so both of you move." But the Prestus says, "Leave the treatment to me. You know that magic of the same type cancels each other out, right?" She said, "Our real intention? After I heal him, I'll get lots of praise." This is what Prestus thinks. "Move aside, you pink saint. I'll do it after all." You don't need to touch his side for healing magic, do you? Both of you move, while Reki goes ahead. "Jean, I'll give you mouth to mouth." While the other said, "Mouth to mouth isn't relevant right now. Being thought of so much by my companions, I'm truly blessed," he thinks. But his consciousness was gone. They were still fighting each other. Who is going to treat him? While he was lying unconscious on the ground, they say, "Jean? Jean-san, wake up. Don't die." His consciousness is already gone. The next day in his home he wakes up. He ended up surviving. As he opens his eyes, he thinks, "Is this my room?" All the members came along. As he's waking up, he thinks to himself, "Why is my body so heavy for some reason? And I don't know why." He was under his blanket, and it was none other than Saint Yuri. He was totally surprised, thinking, "Why is Yuri here?" He called her out, saying, "Wake up, Yuri," and thought, "That's right, I must have fainted yesterday. Yesterday when Lusika confessed to me, Reki came flying out of nowhere and... But whatever the reason, still, why is she in my bed? No matter what this position is, but..." As something squeezes to his paint, he says, "Please wake up, Yuri." She woke up saying, "Jean, good morning. How are you feeling?" After seeing her in bikini, he was not the same person anymore. The main character says, "I am fine now, thank you for treating me that. It's good to hear." She's saying, "What are your plans for today?" He says, "It's the day of the demon Lord subjugation. I'll pray for everyone's safety." While saying this, he suddenly remembers something. "Why are you in a place like this? This is an important battle for peace. What are we going to do without the hero party?" Well, that is because last night at the Demon Lord's castle, it looked like both of them were there. Then the Demon Lord says, "So, you are this generation's hero. I am the great Demon Lord who rules over all demons, Kaiser." The hero Reki says, "Die now or die later. I'll give you a choice. Now come forth. If you're going to be troublesome, I'll face you with full force." Her divine blade of judgment rained down on him. It looks like what matters in the end is the power of love. That's what she said to the Demon Lord. In this war, which side was right? Humans or demons? While the Demon Lord says, "Naturally the humans." The Demon Lord was totally surprised and depressed. She said, The purification seems to be working. From now on, please serve humanity. Even the bloody demon lord was saying, "What's happening? Damn, what's happening? Who's responsible for this?" She says, "Understood. As I have been defeated, I accept the victor's condition. And victorious, at this rate there shouldn't be any problems." As we see in the next scene, the sage Ryashia says, "It ended in one hit?" The hero says, "Yeah, I could have done it alone. I almost feel sorry for the demon lord. We had more pressing matters. When I woke up, Jean was gone." The person who snuck off was seeing this. She says, "So now we just have to report to the king and we're done." About that, I left the report to Lucica. Ryashia said, "Wait, what?" The hero has to be there, obviously. Besides, I didn't even make it in time for the subjugation. Reki said, "I don't want Jean to be alone with anyone." Further, she says, "Subjugating the demon lord is the hero's duty." While the priestess says, "She is right. Furthermore, you, who knows the king, should accompany us for support. In the meantime, I'll take care of Jean-san." As we see her big chest bouncing, she says, "Don't talk with your chest. This is why I hate women whose nutrition only goes to one part. Could you please stop the baseless insults? So, stop emphasizing your chest. It's true that someone here needs to look after Jean. And this will be decided by the game rock, paper, scissors. And that's how it happened. Sorry I can't process all this. Did you really defeat that demon lord?" She says, "Have I ever lied to you, Jean?" He says, "No, but that's how it is. The world is at peace now, Jean." "Oh, then now I see. Our journey has really ended. There's no reason for me to stay with everyone anymore. Then I should also return to being just a villager." He says, "Shouldn't the saint rejoin the hero party?" She replies, "I don't feel any more pain, so you don't need to bother with someone like me." She continues, "Jeez, don't say, someone like me. If someone important to you speaks badly about themselves, it would make you sad, right?" Blushed on her face. She says, "No, but don't say that anymore, okay?" He says, "I understand. I won't put myself down ever again." And she made him promise. It's a promise now. In her thoughts she said, "Please forgive me." But our main character says, "Why are you in my bed?" Going into his room he says, "Mom? Dad? Aren't they here? They prepared breakfast for us. And left a letter on the table. Dad and Mom will be out until evening. It's just leftovers, but we prepared food that should give you energy. Good luck." He was totally surprised, thinking, what are those two talking about? I can't let the saint see something like this.